embracing everything from white nationalism to anti-Semitism to outright Holocaust denial.
Forced removal from their lands, suppression of their culture, and state-sponsored campaigns of ethnic cleansing.
Sexual abuse, drug addiction, mental illness, and economic hardship can all contribute to the destabilization of the home.
The injustices associated with sexism, racism, nativism, Islamophobia.
I have, unfortunately. I think I go back to one of my first jobs. I worked in retail, and I was working at the counter, and I had and it was an older gentleman that came up to me as I was checking him out. And I won't repeat what he said, but he said something very racial to me. I was crushed.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now I have experienced racism myself. We were traveling, a choir, we were on a trip to Orlando, Florida. And we stopped at this restaurant, and we were getting ready to get off the bus, and our choir director said, "Get back on the bus, we're gonna go somewhere else." Why are we going anywhere else? Because they said they don't want these UNs in this restaurant.
Our judicial system, which impacts our freedoms and livelihood, often fosters this very divide in our nation.
It's every day. Racism's everywhere and every day. I'm sure there's some that is racism in the courts and in the judicial system, I'm sure.
I'll tell you what we're running into in regard to the criminal justice system. In the criminal justice system, you do deal with those biases, as you do even in ISDs. You know, you'll find that you'll have students that will commit the same offense, but one gets a harsher punishment than the other.
There's definitely favoritism in, you know, whether somebody's going to get more of a sentence, I think, than maybe another person. And that's sad. You know, it shouldn't be based on that at all.
Naturally, the numbers don't lie. I mean, just about any number you read, there is still, you know, racism in this country. It's very unfortunate.
We are a huge social experiment that has lasted for 200 plus years.
Racism probably has existed since the beginning of time in some way, shape, or form. But I think, you know, we went through a time, we went through the 50s where it was really bad, and you had the Jim Crow laws that were in the South.
You know, I grew up in North Louisiana during integration. I pretty much lived it myself.
As we go forward, I think there's different forms of racism that come out.
And it's not about color. It's about people themselves, women, men, authority, people that have authority, people that don't want to respect authority. Yeah, racism it's a broad band.
Although racism infiltrates many aspects of our society, there are solutions in which we can all play a part in.
Let's take the COVID-19 pandemic. It has been proven that when you get all of our scientists together, when you get folks together at a table, and we start working on an issue, that you can bring about solutions.
As politicians, anybody that's a politician, you have a voice, and you should use your voice. You should use your voice to promote diversity, to promote equality. It takes that individual. If you get enough individual people that says, you know what, I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm going to judge a person by their character and not the color of their skin. That's where you'll see a change.
Everybody just starts with their heart, their compassion for one another. And if you have compassion for one another, then you're going to have love for one another, which means you're going to have respect for one another.
I don't know if it's going to take an alien invasion or something, you know, where we would see that we're earthlings and we're all a part of what I would call the divine family, the Imago Dei, the image of God.
So, you know, naturally, you know, everyone wants to be accepted, and everybody should be accepted. I mean, we're all equal. No matter what the skin color or gender is, we're equal.
And who am I to judge someone based on race especially? You know, we're all God's children, and that's the way I see it.